So, today I'd like to introduce you to the City Sharps. We've got with us Frank, Tony, Shane, Sam, and a passionate supporter, Damo.
Okay, so coming off that whole Sharpie movement, where is the Sharpie movement today? Well, since early 2000 when Ty brought out this book called Top Fellas, that sort of stirred the pot up a bit. And then a few photos slipped out. And then I put this exhibition on in 2006 at Dante's. It's really brought it back where, well, what happened to this era? What happened to this whole movement?
It did just taper off and disappear.
It's like no one wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
It was all in the closet. And when I did this exhibition, it got them all out of the closet. And when they came to the exhibition, you could see mixed emotions. There was people there that hadn't seen each other for 30 or more years.
Okay.
And just the whole thing that came back. You know, there was tears, there was laughter. It was an amazing.
It was
aura.
good to see.
like
It was
a
good to see
reunion.
that generation proud of their youth again, because so many of them were kind of running with tails between their legs. When it fell apart, it was like, oh, we've been blamed for this, and everything was too violent. It wasn't at all like that. You know, we got a lot of the rub off from the English skinhead thing, which was a racist and a political thing.
It was, yeah.
Sharps were never racist or political. There's that saying that SHARP stands for Skinheads Against Racial Prejudice. But I think SHARP was just the look. We had Chinese, Aboriginal, even a couple of gay guys used to hang around that game.
Italians, Greeks.
Yeah. It was very mixed up.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was...
So it was a way of coming together and sort of
Yeah.
overcoming all that,
Yeah,
wasn't
we
it?
used to wear connies and leather jackets that we'd get made ourselves too, like the style.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And you'd wear
So
a
the
t-shirt
t-shirt,
with your gang's name on the
excellent,
back
yep.
usually. And that was the uniform. Braces, jeans.
The braces were
runners.
big, weren't they?
Yeah. But there was never any racism or political movement involved in it. And the trouble with Sharp is no one owned it. It was so individual, no one owned it. And that's probably why it didn't come back as a retro thing. You know, there's always got to be someone looking at the money and the dollars.
Correct.
Sharp is very individual and it's very free-flowing. Basically, there's a basic idea of the uniform, but it's about being individual and being free within
I think
yourself.
it was a true subculture, and it stayed
Yeah,
that, you know, that subculture. It didn't actually, it wasn't adopted by everyone. It
But
didn't
unlike-
become a mainstream
Unlike
fashion.
mods and rockers and hippies and that, though, there was no money behind it. So there was no idea of selling it.
It wasn't about the money, it was about looking good.
That's
and
right.
Sharp and feeling proud about.
You know how we've had retro of lots of
Hat on.
different eras? You don't get it about the Sharps because it was too original. It was too
Well,
close
now
to the
today
heart.
we recognise it as a subculture, and it was a social history that was happening in Melbourne.
It's great that it's being re-explored.
So since the mid 2000s, then I brought out a website called Skins and Sharps, and I put a lot of input of what the whole history of it was, the photos, the fashion, and the music, which are the key ingredients of the whole Sharpie movement. And moving along, then some people got involved and they wanted to tell their stories, and now we have about 5 or 6 books that have come out since then.
Fantastic.
And Damo's reissued again the Connie cardigan. Us as musicians and Sharpies, ex-Sharpies, we've gone back to our roots of music from back in the 70s and have applied ourselves with this band City Sharps, producing good, solid Aussie rock music.
And you write a lot about yourselves as
We write
well.
all that.
We write, it's all original music.
Wow.
Shane does the lyrics, and the rest of us does the music. And it's not, it's the music isn't all about the Sharpie movement, but it's in that style or a genre. And it's you know, and that's really fueled the whole thing up. So now with the music back on track again, and the fashion and that whole subculture of the 70s, there is a regeneration of this whole Sharpie movement, and I think it's fantastic. Yeah.